Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Right, let's continue with our adventure. Sneaking and searching. That's basically my entire life thus far. You have to go find that cook afterwards. Ah, here you are. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangled from a thin crooked rod that sags at the thug of her nose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck worn away in patches like not-eaten leaden, bungles over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head rolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. I preserved a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surrounding, but there was a tepid warmth to it, and I felt somehow that I could reach out and touch it, not with my hand, but with my eyes instead. I took a deep breath, clearing my mind, focusing on the objective. As I exhaled, I felt spreading out towards the hanging woman, preserving all that lies between me and her with a new and familiar awareness. Once I had extended enough of reach, there was a jolt to my mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, I shut my eyes. I felt myself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in space occupied only by me and the hanging woman, and when my eyes finally opened, she was staring at me. Clouded eyes in a milky fog, her body still swinging in the wind. I no longer felt the tree that stand planted in the mossy void. The woman gave a slow nod of her head. The rope cracked as she did so, and she smiled.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Her eyes picked as she peered down at me. I think I survived a beer week. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Do you have any idea what's happening to me? She nodded, a look of pity on her face, as though consulting a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What is a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, no, not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder.
When all goes well, what did you mean by that?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiled at me, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouted from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Hey, this is interesting because last time I played this I had the voice off. So I always called it Seed Noir, and I'm gonna continue calling Seed Noir because I think it sounds better. You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
What is an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Who were you when you were alive, I mean?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
And then you were hanged. She laughed, a rasping chalk chuckle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing my blank expressions, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
It's all your fault then. Fare thee well.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
She closed her eyes, her head slumped forward over the nose, and my surroundings seemed to bleed out into my vision from some unknown place of waiting. Alal looked at me through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. Yes, I am fine. That is good now. But I don't suppose you could tell me what was that? No, I really prefer not to. Have you heard the word Watcher? Interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived the bivouac, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about the Watchers? Only that they are rare, and that they seem to have unique insight into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let us continue.
Yes?
She's kind of falling behind. It's fine though. Stealth or rogue. Go with that. The rogue employs a variety of unended tactics, turning some of their hits into critical hits. Escape allows the rogue to break engagement and accidentally avoid the next attack, diving out of range of a specific location. Once per encounter. Should we go with escape? What does Reckless Assault do? Causes the rogue to dive into battle without a second thought, lowering his or her deflection but increasing accuracy and weapon damage. Deflection, both melee accuracy and melee damage. But it's only for melee. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, your turn. Bonus movement. Interesting. Okay, what to choose for you next? Merciless Gay. Necrotic Lance. Creates a lance of pure neurotic energy, causing corrode damage instantly and over time. Second level wizard spell, speed, average range, interruptions, effect. Okay. Burn damage. Rolling flame. Hmm. Okay, I actually want this one. Creates a bizarre and perplexing visual destruction, confusing enemies in the area of effect. I don't want the biting web. Combusting wounds. Causes enemy wounds in the area of effect to ignite, inflicting additional burn damage over time each they are wounded. Creates a mystical shield around the caster, suffering from them with bonus to burn, freeze, corrode, and shock. Actually, I might go with combustion wounds. That's 2 flame spells. Eats away the target spirit. Corrosive damage. Shrouds the target vision in total darkness. Infuse the caster with vitality, giving them temporary increase to maximum endurance and health. No. Mirrored image. Creates duplicates of the caster to distract enemies, granting a high deflection bonus, which is reduced with each hit. Is that only for enemies? I mean for the caster, because if it's only for allies as well, I would be happy. Penalties: perception, intelligence, and resolve. I honestly have no idea. Let's go with this combusting wounds.
$17.5.
The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthly and sweet, wins its way into my nostrils. My eyes traced the smoke to the origin, where I found a fine broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock. Whoa! His pipe held to his lips with one merry hand. He looked at my direction, in the eye. But his look is not aggressive, regarded me with particular smirk.
17.5. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What was that about the dwarf?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
And what makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looked at me for the moment. His brow arched. His smirk broadened.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
What is it to you? You'll have to forgive my curiosity. Around here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. It's none of your business. Fair enough. If folks around here minded their business, then the tree over there would have left a few less wind chains. Maybe I should take heed. I'll leave you to our corpses then. Fine. Do you have any idea what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You're going to be hanged.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fella who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war. The Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decided he'd be living incarnation of Eothos. Overthrows Redgrins, Marshes, and Dyewood, so we gave him a Dyewood hello. And what is a Dyewood hello?
We blew him up.
Oh. He smiled at this. But it is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. And who is this Eothos I keep hearing about? God of rebirth and redemption, fortunately. Anyhow, maybe they call him something different where you come from. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved? Reddick sent men down here the other day. Said he had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Redrick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right now and damn, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Redrick, then for protecting me. And what does this town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. And who is this Kosk? Someone who got tied up and hanging. He's on the run now. Probably will be, till they catch him. So why are you still here? The drinks mostly. Points to a fact. I'm on my way out, just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there. Didn't think Wayland's legacy started with Wayland. Okay, do you want to come with me? Where are you headed? Some place called Seed Nova. There is an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason why I've ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He tilted his head forward and gave me a pointed look. Very well then, let's move out.
Hey.
Yes?
Okay, we're gonna give you a lot of athletics. On what survival? Allows character to choose from a variety of long-term bonuses each time they camp. The first 6 ranks grant the following bonuses. After the 6th rank, the previously earned bonuses become more powerful. Campaign bonuses access. Should we go with athletic and survival with you? Okay, that was good. He does have a saber. I shouldn't have purchased that saber then. Ah well, whatever. What to choose for you? Rapid recovery, what do you do? Boosts the fighter's hardness, increases the rate of his or her constant recovery, modifies constant recovery. Bonus knockdown. Well, he's gonna be our defender, so what do we have for that? Hold the line. Trains the character in a new defensive strength, increasing his or her engagement limit by 1. Plus 10 fortitude. Bull's will, 10 will. Weapon and shield. Equipped shield deflection bonuses are increased and grants equal bonus to the character's reflexes, grant weapon and shield style passive. This is grants bonus to all defenses against disengagement attack. Okay, go with a weapon and shield, then maybe hold the line. We'll think about that. And what do you do? Doesn't matter. Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy concerning unlocking down enemies that stray too close. The fighter increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3 at the expense of deflection. Guardian stance. The fighter devotes all his or her energy to defending allies. Lowers accuracy but increases the deflection of nearby allies. Both of those are good. Enemies engaged. Okay, go with Defender. Right, we were looking for a cook. Also, you can have this mace. Let's give him this one for now. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna switch it out. And so we headed for Valewood once more. With our numbers growing, and my aspiration for achievements at its peak. So what armor are you wearing? Just curious. Saints War armor. Edo wore this armor during his time in Saints War. Its dark color is unusual as its power, though he admits the armor has pulled him from the brink of death on several occasions. He claims that no one else has ever handled the armor. How it became enchanted is a mystery, even to him. Alot's leather armor has been lightly enchanted to enhance his spellcasting ability. It also appears to have custom decorative patterns, stitches into the surface, unlike most Diowood leather armor. Alot's been tailored in the Adir style, meaning that the torso is more heavily and reinforced, but it lacks sleeves due to Adir's hot and humid climate. Okay? I can give him back his armor. I like how it looks on her. Fine. Stay here while I go in and shoot them all. Idea, I need you over there. Crucible of the Souls. The Watcher unveils the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. Yeah, I can use that. Let's be at 3. Good. The young dwarf tenders the spell looks up, shattered as his eyes your approach. You've dropped his ladle, pattering strew across the ground. What? The bandit turns. Get him, you dogs, and make sure our new cook don't go off. Help, please, help me. One of the bandits kicked him. Yeah, that's all. Okay guys, move in. You can switch, let's try this, shall we? Knock him down. Now. Good. Right, everyone, this way.
Leave it to me.
Okay, I should have actually assigned that earlier. Okay, take those things, we're gonna sell them all. Some fruits and some vegetables, and some chicken and stuff. Whatever.
Welcome.
By the flames, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life, or until they were bored with me. Did Pasca send you? She must have. Besides herself, I must get her back at once. But listen, the next time you get in the Gilded Vale, make sure to drop by the Black Hound. I'll let her know that you've done me a great favor, and I'm sure she'll do right by you in turn. I could have killed him, but honestly he was not worth my time. Okay, I need you over there.
Hey,
Come on, fight him. Okay, everyone attack. I'm gonna go here. Let's see, you have this. Arcane Assault. Use it. Okay, what did you do? Just shoot him.
yeah.
Good. One of them is dead.
You're not getting through me.
What do you do actually? Minus reflection, melee accuracy, melee damage. Cool. Actually do like this.
Leave it to me.
I'm here.
Okay, it's important I remember those skills for the Scyther.
Laying low.
Hello there. Ring. Minor deflection. I can have this. How much deflection? 5. You can have this. Properties of fortune, of reflex, of will. These aged walls appear to have once encircled the entire glade. Only a small fragment remained, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled. The heavy bricks are thick with moss, pressing hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough given this right tool. One might easily reach the top. Scale the wall. The crumbling wall is of considerable height. Even now, its uneven surface promises a difficult climb. Who will scale it? Ether, go. Ether finds a handhold upon one of the ledge stones and tries to climb. Despite a few loose rocks, the awkward angles, Ether makes the swift progress and quickly arrives at the top of the wall.
Not a sound.
Fabio's gloves, plus dexterity. Let's have those for myself. Okay, thank you. Sprout letter. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fabio. We should have journeyed south together, and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating of the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beasts cycling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be trapper of wolves. Just want the bloody flower, okay?
Nice and quiet.
Blood mouse. From the edge of the wall, I could see the old cobblestone road turning south to thatched trees of Valewood, and then I climbed down. Okay, as I remember, there was this place we hadn't discovered, also the cave with the bear in it. Slowly guys, we don't... Oh, hello. Syrup can. Let's give you a level up then. You can have this lore. And I don't know. Soul Shock. Briefly transforms the outer shell of an allied target soul into energy, releasing the electronic bursts around them. Characters standing in the area around the target take damage. Ooh, nice! That's exactly what I need for Ether. And what do you do? Creates a toxic physical... yeah, no. Shocks an enemy with visual receptors, dazing and blinding them, as well as blinding nearby targets. That's good as well, but I can only choose one. Assails the target's grasp on reality, frightened and confusing them. For 21.8 seconds, that's a lot. Shock. Can you tell me about that? Shock damage. There are 8 damage types in Pillars of Eternity: Slash, Pierce, Curse, Crush, Burn, Shock, Corrode, Freezing, and Roll. Used to determine how easily a target resists damage and the type of damage on air damage reduction. Okay. 25 to 34. 25 to 34. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Soul Shock. Go. Biting Wimp. The Cypher Soul Wimp bites deeper, grunt and burns to damage. That's cool. Physical Backlash. Invokes a retaliatory strike, stunning an enemy whenever they target the Cypher's will defense. Draining Focus. Hedge Wizard, the character, has learned how to duplicate the effect of one of the most popular spells in the Eastern Reach, Minotaur's Minor Missile. Because the character does not use Grimoire as a wizard does, the effect is not quite as powerful. Once per encounter, Rush Corrode damage. That's cool as well. Wound Binding. Oh, no, I don't care. Weapon and Shield. Knight Noble. Dagger, Rapier, Mace, Scepter, Rod. Ooh, Ruffian. That's exactly for me, not for her though. The Cypher has increased maximum focus. Yeah, I can use that. Right. Okay,
Hey.
Heather, I want you to go here. No. Okay, go get him.
Hey.
You guys can see now. Okay, let's test that out, shall we?
I'm here.
Yes?
Okay, do it
I'm
again.
here.
Yeah, that actually worked fine. It was okay. Last one. No worries, I'm coming your way. Why does it say that you're flanked?
I'm here.
Nice and quiet.
The studs and supports are large enough to be rifts and vulnerable of the dragon. Okay, I don't care. Pick that garbage up and let's move.
Not a sound.
Weapons, shields, and armor with properties. Right. Stuff. Bear. Okay. Let's blind you.
Hey.
Go this way. Oh, stop.
Hey. Hey.
Missed. Okay, guys. Everyone, go.
Hey.
Okay, I need you to do this. Whispers of treason. Let's go on this young one. Okay, go for that again. That worked. Good. Mind Wave. Go for this one. You. Use that spell on this one.
Lava will be on.
Then let's try this one.
Seek! Aztec worth and rock!
Go again.
Lava will be on seek!
Okay, the bear is killed. Fall back, I'm gonna take it out. Crucible of Souls, defended by strength. Okay everyone, attack it. Well done, me. I guess you guys did well too.
I'm here.
Hello. I can give you this. Oh right, I need to check those gloves. What they give me, and what are they actually? Though never as famed as the wood claimed, the valiant explorer Flavio was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he traveled by foot to gain locus apprehension for the sights, sounds and smells of the land he passed through in practice. However, Flavio often claimed that his explorations proved only the world outside of Alien Republic was a foe's smelly place that played the comparison to his homeland. These gloves are said to have belonged to Flavio, who often found himself in need of some protection as he climbed harsh terrain or maneuvered throughout forest. While thick enough to provide some warmth, they are meant first and foremost to be flexible enough not to hinder delicate tasks. Gives me dexterity. Okay, I'm gonna keep those for myself for now. Mice crow the eye sockets of our papers. Okay. A great sword. Let's give you this. A figure drifted, suspended in the misty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist ascending ripples in increscence. I felt its energy ending about my limbs, filling them with a felly chills. And so I reached out. I reached out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of the contact, I felt as if I had been struck a blow, head reeling as I trembled helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light bloomed at the edges of my vision. I felt the sun at my back and the weight of a bow in my hand. I knew suddenly that I have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now I was standing before a cavern, and the darkness extended far into its depth. Even so, my friend stands out before me, his red cloak flipping at his heels. I followed, heart hammering in my chest, as he led me deeper into the cavern. There was a roar like a thunder echoing around me. Fear seized me, cast me, stumbling back towards the exit, towards the light and escape. I saw a glint of steel, and there is the sudden terrible flash of agony behind my knee. I screamed, I stumbled, and I fell. My thoughts are chaos, lanced through the white pain, but in the moment of terrible clarity I realized that my friend was the one. His dagger darted crimson on the march of my cloak. And then there was a great dark shape above me, and then there was more pain. The vision receded, and I was thrown back into myself with seemingly resentful force. The coarse light at my feet and the spectre lingered in the span of energy between us both. I felt a sense of questioning and confusion, of anger. You were betrayed. Only a fool couldn't see it coming. A sudden lash of anger emerged from the spirit. Rage and grief seemed to pour from the glancing finger like a smoke. Your betrayer has been slain. You can consider yourself avenged. Confusion leaches out from the spirit in waves. Then I felt a sudden powerful anger mingled with triumph. The spirit seemed to fade with force of its own, exclusion growing fainter and fainter until I alone once more within the cave. Alright guys, the vengeance from the grave. I think that was all I needed to do here. Such a delicate task, isn't it? I need to go back to the inn and rest, and perhaps sell all the junk I found. It is, after all, important. I am keeping the artifacts, of course. From this point on, I mean. They're gonna remain in my stash forever, together with the ingredients I will never use, and the foods I will never consume. ruins. I think that was all. Just gonna see once more if there is any road that leads, any place that leads from this road. No. Silent Liz. There is camp equipment here, right? No? A note. My dear Nonton, please be safe. Know that whoever happens, I love you still. That was not there before, was it? So, that's a bunch of humans and an elf. I consider elves humans, even if they're more delicate. Just makes them unique. It will take me 8 hours to complete the journey from the Virewood to the Glivevale. Let's move then. We don't have time to waste. I think this was the house I needed to visit to tell her of her husband's demise and his friend's betrayal, and the story of vengeance that was fulfilled.
Good day, stranger.
You've returned. Have you heard anything? Seen anything? I have found Farley's body in a bear cave. Nonton Hasmerken. The end could not flee the beast. I killed Nonton for his crimes. Ingrid paled. She threw a hand out of the side as if to keep her balance, and then sinks ground. She lets out a ragged breath, not quite a sob. You ruined everything. Yes. Ignored covers her face briefly, overcome, but at last she looks up at your eyes, red with grief, and shakes her head. You don't know what you've done. My husband was not a good man. It was Nonton I love. Nonton who promised me I would not have to suffer Barry's touch any longer. And now you have taken him from me, and I shall not see him again. And then she attacked. Oh yeah, with a dagger. Totally believe you can defeat me with that. Foolish woman. Come on, you can move a little bit. No, you're stuck.
I'm here.
She's actually pretty decent, isn't she? And she might take me down. Fortunately, we're near. Oh, nope, nope. That was a sneak attack, apparently. Well, it doesn't matter, really. Minor ring of deflection. Again. Now, this one I can use myself. Gives me 15 endurance. Should I return you to that rope? I mean... both of those armors look ridiculous on you. Okay, this armor does look well on him, however, on her it looks different. Maybe it's because the sleeves aren't that shiny. Looks okay on me. He's more skinny, so it actually looks better on him. Anyway. Where to next? Well, how's my journey looking? The Old Watcher, Visions of the Whisper. Against the grain, some of the farmers in Glenvale claim the Tundo is withholding bread. The hungry farmers are on the edge, and it seems like the situation will escalate. It seems the tension between the miller and some local farmers is reaching a boiling point. It may be worth investigating. The miller has taken refuge inside the mill, and they're going for the local inn. How about we stir up some chaos? Let's go to the inn. See if those farmers would believe anything if I tossed them a handful of random grain.
I have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well. My lord has issued an injunction on all new homesteads until he can be assured that the village has been cleansed of all Eothasians and whatever other undesirables that have brought this curse upon his lands. It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I would suggest returning to your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay at the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long. I expect Lord Radric will be most thorough in his efforts to purify this place.
Very, very boring. I would like to report a murder. As is your duty, what happened? The man called Nonton has killed his friend, Perry, out in the wilds. A cruel and cowardly deed, if indeed it occurred at all. What evidence do you have? I had a vision of the victim's final moments. Yeah, that sounds completely insane. I saw the crime unfold. We do not take such accusations lightly in these parts. Next time you feel inclined or jest about things, I would suggest that you reflect upon the risks involved. Seriously, you should have said I saw it happen. I killed the bear. Defiance Bay. Let's move in. Villager, villager, villager. Let's talk to those guys.
Well met, friend.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful, looks like they cut from the same cloth as those whalebones who attacked me. Smells like it too. I saw you outside the mill. Care to explain what this was all about? Oh, someone fancies themselves a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about trouble. Thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got all the mill on his name. It's about time he barely given us anything for wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farms going hungry, while some bastards get rich off their corpse. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and might be I'd feel up to trading with you.
Hail, traveler.
Brought some drinks? Got a beer. Hey, so you have my flame. I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of the Blackhound's shit beer. Gods, that's colored, yeah. It's Budweiser. Alright then, you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that worth a round of drinks? So, tell me what's going on. It's like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they are fair, but I know for a fact that the folk like Alfara pay half what they do. And maybe we've been a bit rough with him. But what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're going to starve. And do you think Tumblel is going to be sorry about it when we do? Do you want to go talk to him for you? Huh, you think you'll get through to him when we haven't? The man's thick as a pet bog. I hear he's got his soul red. Found his kin used to grow sonar trees from their Adrian lords up until they figured out their side was losing. Explained why his knees still ache to bend or whatever lord or lady crosses the road. He'll be holed up in the mill for days, the coward. But here, if you want to give it a shot, then good luck. We'll owe you one for you manage it. Okay then. Hey Tanfred, how are you doing? Ah, it's you, my savior. It's good to be back. You think I let you go unrewarded? I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded recipes. After this, you will eat nothing else. Savory pie. To keep you hale and healthy. May it save you well in the travels. Well, maybe. We'll see. No one's offering to pay me up front for doing their job. Let's go talk to the millman. See if we can actually squish some money from him. There's the windmill. Soul-bound items gain additional powers. Sure.
Well met, friend.
I spoke with Weldon. He says you're treating his farmers unfairly, raising the prices and giving them rotten grain. What's going on here anyway? Where to begin? Swainers whisked them up into a fort, going about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All we do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of a thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Sayanor and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way out of town. The crops blighted, and most of what I've gotten from the farmers I'm gone off rotten through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer's hoeing after things he has no right to. Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. Okay, if you don't want those people in here with torches, maybe you ought to stop lying to me. I'm not. Look, it's not a lie. The stores really are low, and with so little grain going around, I have to raise the prices for some people. There are folks in this town that deserve far better than Swiner and his lot, people who've done more for the Gilded Vale. People like the magistrate. I can't do anything about that. That's just how it goes. Maybe things are different elsewhere. Here, Redrick's men, they keep the village safe, so they eat well. His people are the farmers. They gather the grain for you. They sure didn't mind losing the grain when it was going into the drinks and the inn. They don't make like kind neighbors when they insult my son, go stumbling drunk through my own crop. You think they're the only ones that need to eat. Our crops are sick, and the wind is too weak to get the windmill turning. Our village children are born as, well, empty shells. That's how it's not been doing. This place is cursed, and Swainer and the others haven't done a thing to help the rest of the villagers. Is your self-righteousness worth losing your family over? He opened his mouth to protest, but his expression shifted into resignation well before he finally nods and speaks. You are right. I've been trying to plan for the future, but we're in danger right here and now. Fine. Tell Swinder and the others that I've reconsidered. Providing to pay the same as everyone else, he's welcome to his fair share, and let's hope we can trade for the supplies real soon. We'll all be in a bad way, okay? Nilgard, Corral, are you the son? You'll regret this, and so will... His name is Swainer. When the town starts around him. I honestly don't care about the town. It's their own choice if they want to eat now and starve later, or if they want to starve now and starve later, because things aren't getting any better. You got what you wanted, leave us alone. Yeah, the nobles suck, don't they? Well, this is going great actually thus far.
Howdy do.
I've convinced Rubble to change his ways about the grain prices. What, you serious? The old man's listening to reason. About time. Told that he'd come around, but damn if he didn't take it this time about it. Here, buy yourself a drink now, and we can afford it. Goes for you too, as well. Drinks on me.
Hail and well met.
Okay then, I actually think... Okay, we gain more experience because I wanted to see something. Okay, you go here. I don't care about this letter, yet I'm gonna keep it for now. Faded not, my dear Nonon. She's dead, I don't think I need to keep that. Simple clothing. Yeah, sell that. Leather armor. Is that how much money I've got? Wolf hide. A hood. I'm gonna give you... Let's take a look, shall we? That's a lot of armor we have to sell. Okay, let's take a look there. Late for dinner is completed. Great. Okay, the old watch shop. That's what we're gonna do after this, but first... right. Did I just equip that? Stupid. Okay, go with this. Let's give it this helmet. And I can take this one. Although I don't want a helmet. It doesn't even do anything. Fine, stay there. Does the hat do anything? Nope. It just looks fancy and I'm not gonna keep it. You can have this one though. actually fits your beard. Okay. Okay. I honestly don't care about caves, but fortitude. Deflection. There's a dagger and a bow. Speaking of the bow, how good is this? More bow. Hunting bow. Oh, 21, that's a lot. Okay, we need to sell the shields. Do you need a better one actually? Let's take a look. Accuracy -4. I'm gonna purchase a new shield for you maybe at some point. Leather armor. Who would need that? You? Yeah, it looks good on you, but I actually think this looks fine as well. We're gonna sell that and that. It's just a cape, sell it. Fortitude, reflex, and will. You can have that. Okay, there is also a hood. Look like a bandit with that thing on. To sell you, and you. What about this? Great sword, slow. It doesn't have a shield, so we're gonna sell it. The dagger and the hunting bow. The spear. I'm gonna keep the lockpicks on myself. I'm gonna sell you, and you. Quarterstaff. You do need a better wand. Alrighty. Well, question if I actually have it here. It's considered holding 2 weapons. That's kinda weird. Anyway. Okay, let's sell the weapons and
Greetings.
armors that we're never gonna need. Okay, that's actually cheaper now. Anyway. 40 armors, come on. That's 540. And all the weapons. Unless they are artifacts, but they are not. There we have it. Now we have a lot of money. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode here. And next time, we might actually search in that tomb. So, thank you all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you all then. Goodbye.